Hi guys, Nick McDonald here. Just looking at the Dow Jones on the 15th of October. You can see the headlines here from Bloomberg. US stocks plunge most since crash of 87 on recession concern. Biggest down day in 21 years on the markets. Here's how it looked on the chart. 15th of October 2008. Biggest drop since 1987. Question is, was it predictable? Could you have profited from it? Clearly, that would be easy for me to say in hindsight, but I did trade that day and I recorded every single trade I took live on video. So the following will show you exactly what I did, why I did it, and how I did it. It will also show you how much money I made and how much money I lost on that day. Okay, so on the screen here we've got the Dow daily chart. What I've done is I've drawn in 4 Fibonacci lines. I've gone from the most recent high to the most recent low, from the high before that down to the same low, from the high before that to the same low, and then from all the way back at the actual high on the Dow before this big move down to the same low. And what we've got is a whole bunch of fib levels clustering around this point here. So if I just draw a line in there, we've got a 38%, a 50%, and a 61.8%, all clustering at that same level. Notice also that that is the 9,900 level, and it's also yesterday's high. Now, today we're looking for a breakdown through this low, and I'm looking to get short on a swing trade, but I've also just taken an intraday position to get short before that. And my reasoning is, if we just have a look, let's start with a 15-minute chart. We're making a series of lower highs all the way since 9,900 on this 15-minute chart. Let me just maximize it. Making a series of lower highs. We're looking like we're turning around. We've just made a lower high again today, and see the resistance we've formed at 9,400. Yes, we are making some higher lows, but I think that we are moving lower here. I've taken a shorter term intraday position and my stop is above 9,400. I want to take a big long swing position, but not really with a stop at 99. Entry really timed here on these 5-minute charts. If you look at the 5-minute, we can really see this reversing at 9,400. We can see a nice double top type pattern, 3 lower highs, 3 lower lows. We're moving lower. Even right now, hopefully we're just making the 4th lower high as we've got a red bar breaking down through that red bar's low. Just looking bearish there. So, target on this trade, looking at the daily chart, what we're really looking for, if we look at this downtrend on the Dow here, we're really looking for this to roll over now. So we're making consecutive lower highs. I think this will be a lower high. Trying to get short with a tight stop at 9,400, and really target, we are looking for price to come lower down here. First target, I'll probably scale at 8,500. Okay, so still swing short. This is literally only about an hour after I've taken the position. Got short back up here around 9,300 as a breakthrough on this 5-minute chart here. Now we've come down and tested 9,200, we're having a little rally. So looking at 9,200, this is really our first key level to break. Looking at the 15-minute chart here, it's not quite the low of today, but it's the key support level of today. So I'm going to add to my position as it breaks below 9,200. And then of course, the real key is on this daily chart, where we want to see it break yesterday's low. Yesterday's low is 9,084 to be precise. Just to remove that line, if we have a look at the low, 9,085, so we want to be short again at 9,084. Next target, we want to see it break 9,000. I am literally putting in targets, so I'm going to enter again twice more today if it keeps moving in my favor. All stops are at 9,413. If we get to 8,500, that's first profit target. Okay, so now we've broken down through 9,200. Here looking at a 250 tick chart, we can see the 9,200 level here has now been firmly broken. We came down to 9,100, which really was the next level of support. Down around here we've got the big number 9,100, we've got lots more support, and in fact the low of yesterday, 9,084, is what we need to see broken next. The reason we need to see that broken is because if we look at the daily chart, let's make this a daily. we really, to get a good move going here, we want to see the price breaking down through yesterday's low. As it breaks down through there, we will be sitting pretty for a move to 8,500 and then a move to 8,000, and that will be a lovely swing trade for all. Hope you are on it. We should see this turn around again soon. We've broken that level, we're pulling back up. We tend to be bouncing a lot between these big numbers at the moment. You'll notice moves all over the chart off these levels. So if we do rally as high as 9,200, expect to find that as resistance, but I would expect somewhere soon we fall and go lower and start retesting that 9,100 level before we get to 9,000 today, and hopefully beyond. Okay, so been short on the Dow since up around 9,300 earlier this morning before the US market opened. We've broken key levels, so we smashed through this 9,200 area eventually after a big rally which came close to stopping me out. My stop was up above these highs, 9,400. We came down through that, we came back and tested 92 and fell. We've fallen through 100, tested that and failed. Come to 9,000, came up and failed at 9,100. Now we've come down through 9,000 and we've just come back up and tested 9,000 and failed. I'm in quite good profit here and just want to lock some in. Just showing you where I'm going to lock into. A very tight stop would be to put it above 9,000. I don't want to do that yet. My first target is 8,500. Even 9,100, that looks like a good place, but just to be on the safe side and to lock in over 1-to-1 reward to risk, I'm going to put my stop up above this high here. In fact, I'm going to put it, that exact high is 9,128. I'm going to put my stop at 9,140. So we move to edge index. So at this point, we're just going to trail these stops from 9,413 to 9,140. $9,141 for good measure. And submit that one. And we'll just move the other one to 9,140. And I'll update you on the trade again soon. Okay, just an update on this Dow trade short. Our first target was hit last night, so first target was 8,500, this blue line here. That target was hit just before the close of the US session last night. Next target, 8,000, sorry, marked by this blue line down here. Now, last night I trailed stops down to that point, above each high basically. I trailed a stop to there, trailed again to there, and I have just this morning, actually I'm just about to, I have just trailed to there. So now my stop is actually at 86.44, just above this high. Still looking for 8,500 today. Just check that out on the daily chart. And you can see, following on from our predictions, getting short back around here, we're moving lower and 8,000 still looks reasonable. And in fact, I may just scale out at 8,000 and still try and leave some running. I've closed half the position at 8,500. What else is actually interesting is that, so we're still in $5 a point, still short £5 a point. But what's interesting is that I actually got stopped out of half of my position yesterday. So if you look here, this is I was short 10 and short 2 lots of 5. The 2 lots of 5 are scaled out of one and I'm still in the other. This lot of 10, for the sake of a £400 loss, could have actually doubled this and I could have still been short. So a little bit unfortunate there to be stopped out, but those are the breaks. Sometimes you do, sometimes you don't. So I had 2 entries there, stopped out on one of them, the other one's still running and looking good.